Hey everybody, this is the Jeff channel, and today we're going to be talking about relationships. What is it that makes one stay with someone if they don't see a future together? Why do some people mistrust their partners for no apparent reason? And should one ever be forced to choose between their blood family and their partner? Let's get started. First up is a question posted by Exiled by Family. Am I wrong for breaking up with my girlfriend after she rejected my proposal twice? Poor guy. I already feel sorry for him. Okay, here's the story. My girlfriend and I have been dating for 4 years. I absolutely love her and felt like she was my soulmate. I knew I wanted to propose 2 years into dating, but decided to wait 1 more year so that I could get to a better financial situation. Last year, I proposed. It was a private proposal on the beach where we went on our first date. She looked at me and said, "I want to marry you, but not right now." She said that she wasn't in the right space personally to get engaged and asked me to give her some time. That stung, but I was okay with it. After all, I put off proposing so I could be in a good position, so it was only fair to give her the chance. He's clearly a very understanding boyfriend. It's been a year since then, and I decided to propose again. This time, I asked our friends to help me set it up, because I wanted to do something nicer. We orchestrated a nice dinner and a proposal in front of a nice fountain in the city's botanical garden. That sounds romantic. Everything was ready. Dinner went great, and we went to the fountain. She saw the roses and everything, and then I got down on one knee and asked her to marry me. She teared up and told me, not just yet. This stung really bad. I knew I wanted her in my life forever, but this was the second time she turned me down. I asked her why, and she told me the same thing as last year. I asked her if someone was holding her back, maybe family or a friend, and she just said, "I just want to make sure that this will work." Ouch. Wasn't 4 years enough for that? This hurt me more than the 2 rejections. I told her that if she wasn't sure after 4 years, then what would make her sure? It's my question exactly. She asked me to give her time, and I told her no. I told her that I wasn't going to keep wasting my time and my love if she was going to keep saying no. I told her that I couldn't do this anymore. She began begging me not to leave and said, "Fine, I'll marry you, just please don't go." That made me mad, but I didn't say anything. I left. Oh man. My phone has been blowing up with some of our friends, her parents, and her telling me what an a-hole I am for throwing away a 4-year relationship because she said no and that I was being a big baby. She just needs some time. The other half of our friends aren't on my side, but they're not on hers either. I don't think I'm an a-hole for this. Did I overreact? Am I wrong? If so, how much more time am I supposed to give her? Edit. We are both 29 years old. Edit number 2, the second proposal wasn't done in front of my friends. They just helped me plan it and stuff. It was just her and I. Edit number 3, we had discussed marriage shortly before I proposed the first time. She was into it and even told me that she couldn't see herself with anyone else. She seemed eager about the idea of marriage, which is why I was shocked the first time and then angry the second time. That sounds rather messed up. Seems to me that she was never going to marry OP and simply didn't want to be alone while she waited for someone better to come along. Now, let's hear what other people had to say about OP's situation. You can have a lot of reasons for saying no, but after the first one, you better sit down and discuss them. Maybe it's something simple, but whatever it is, once you propose and get rejected, you better sit down and figure out why. You don't just keep dating and hoping a year is the right amount of time. I guess this makes sense. Maybe OP should have asked his girlfriend to elaborate on her reasons after the first rejection. You're not wrong. If she's not ready to marry you after 4 years, then I doubt she wants to. When she asked for time after the first proposal, she should have explained everything and said why she needed time, in depth. You clearly were ready for marriage and wanted to take that next step. After 4 years, that's completely reasonable. She didn't even suggest a long engagement, just straight up said no 2 times. That tells me that she doesn't want to marry OP at all. Also true, isn't that what long engagements are there for? When you want to marry someone but just not yet? My family has had its share of drama, as most do. You want to know how many times I've been tempted to pick up the phone and start lecturing someone? 0 times. If they come to me asking for advice or run into me and start ranting, then sure, I will chime in with my opinion. But I am not about to hear one side of a story and then decide to go and harass someone over it as if they should care about what my opinion is. So true. What is up with all these people calling OP with their take on the matter? You're not wrong. My first instinct is that she knows she doesn't want to be married to you, but is afraid of being alone. If she's not ready after 4 years, then she's not likely to be ready in the 5th year either. You're not wrong at all. You were asking her to marry you, which she said she wanted to do, just not yet. That's what an engagement is. 2 people saying that they are going to get married at some point in the future. For whatever reason, she did not want to publicly say she was going to marry you in the future. That's her problem, and she's had plenty of time to take that step. Okay, we seem to have a clear consensus here. OP is not wrong, and his actions are completely justified. Next up is a question by either_economy_793. Am I wrong for telling my husband, "I told you so," and laughing at him when we got the paternity test results? I am a 27-year-old female and have been married to my 28-year-old husband for 2 years. I gave birth to our daughter 5 weeks ago. Our daughter came out with blonde hair and pale blue eyes, while my husband and I have brown hair and brown eyes. My husband freaked out at this and refused to listen to my explanation that sometimes babies are born with lighter hair and eyes that get darker over time. He demanded a paternity test and threatened to divorce me if I didn't comply. So I did. After my daughter and I got home from the hospital, my husband went to stay at his parents' house for the first 3 weeks to get some space from me while I recovered, and he told them what was happening. My mother-in-law called and informed me that if the paternity test revealed that the child wasn't his, she would do everything within her power to make sure that I was taken to the cleaners during the divorce. And that's even before the paternity test results came in. That's just messed up. I had my sister to lean on and help me take care of the baby during all of this. We got the results back yesterday, and my husband came home to view them with me. I was on the couch in the living room, so he sat next to me and we started to read the results. They showed that he was the father, and my husband had this shocked, kinda mortified look on his face with his eyes wide as he stared at it. I couldn't help but say, "I told you so," and started laughing at the way he looked. My husband snapped back out of his shock and got mad at me for laughing at him. He accused her of cheating, was proven wrong, and now he's mad that she's laughing? We argued for a bit, which was mainly him yelling at me, before my sister came downstairs and my husband shut up. After that, my husband went back to his parents' house to clear his head, and 2-3 hours later, my mother-in-law called to scold me for laughing in my husband's face because apparently it was kicking him while he was down. That family. She also sent a couple of nasty texts essentially saying the same thing. I don't think I'm an a-hole, but I'd like an outsider's perspective on this. Edit. Since someone asked in the comments, but I can't find it anymore. I have 0 history of cheating. This is wrong on so many levels, I don't even want to comment. Here's what some other people had to say. You're not wrong. Not only doesn't he have a basic grasp of genetics, but he threw a tantrum and left you immediately after having the baby to struggle alone for almost a month. He's lucky all you did was laugh in his face. I'm a married man, and I want to divorce this guy. So do I, man. So do I. He doesn't want the baby. He was hoping to get out of this entirely by finding that he wasn't the parent, and now he's pissed off that his little plot didn't work. You see how he found the news out and still ran off to his mommy's house, leaving his baby home alone with her mother? He's not there because he doesn't want to be there. Simple as that. I guess this one comment sums up what we all feel about this situation. Hey, congratulations on your beautiful baby girl. I'm sorry her father and grandmother are such a waste of space. You're not wrong, but you will be if you stay in this marriage. Our last story for the day was posted by C_cattle_1844. Am I wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend and kicking him out because he wanted to let my younger brother go into the foster system. I am a 26-year-old female. I recently lost my dad. He had a 15-year-old son, my half-brother. No one in my family wants to take him in because he was my dad's affair child, which he conceived during my late mom's cancer treatment. Despite this, I love my brother dearly. Good for you. I work in a lucrative field and own a nice condo which my now ex-boyfriend lived in with me rent-free. He did contribute to utilities and other expenses though. We had the perfect home for my brother, and I can't for the life of me think of a single reason that we couldn't take him. When I brought it up with my boyfriend, he said that he didn't want to. He said that he just didn't feel like looking after a kid. I reminded him that he is 15 and wouldn't need constant attention or babysitting or anything like that. But my boyfriend said that he would need emotional attention because he lost his father. I asked if he would rather throw a 15-year-old kid into the foster system than deal with the emotional needs of said 15-year-old, and he said yes, while looking a bit shameful. Just a bit shameful? I ended up giving him the ultimatum that my brother and I are a package deal, that I will be taking guardianship and that my brother will be moving in. I made it clear that the only choice my boyfriend had was if he wanted to keep the relationship and stay in the house. He called me heartless for choosing my cheating dad's bastard son over our 5-year relationship. I called him heartless for talking that way about a literal child, and he looked at me astonished and went to start packing. I love my ex, I really do, but my brother comes first. He's my own flesh and blood, the only brother I have. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other men out there. Still, my heart is breaking now that my boyfriend moved out. I miss him, but I don't regret my decision. Every time I think about what could have happened to my brother in foster care, I feel more love for my brother and less for my ex. My entire friend group has sided with my ex and pretty much ghosted me, which is what's giving me pause here. Was I an a-hole for what I did? I don't think OP is wrong here. She seems to be very kind and mature and clearly deserves nothing but respect for being the only one in her family willing to take on such responsibility. However, I do understand that her boyfriend might not be ready for it. He didn't have to be so rude and negative, but at least he was upfront about it. Let's see what other users thought. OP, either your entire friend group is a bunch of a-holes, or your ex exaggerated the tale to make himself look better. Reach out to the person you were closest to among them and ask them what he said. Now, I'm also wondering how the boyfriend might have twisted this story. You're not wrong. Parker didn't choose his parents. He is lucky you were able to step up and take him in, and he will forever be grateful to you for that. You're not wrong, and that your desire to care for your brother is both right and noble. I do also understand your boyfriend not wanting to take on that responsibility. This is the same reason that many people refuse to become step-parents. He showed his true character when he disregarded your feelings and belittled your brother for something he had no control over. Good riddance. Hey everybody, that's all for today. What do you guys think about these situations? Let us know in the comments. I'm Jeff, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.